Hey YouTubers, I hope you're having a great weekend, and yes, today is Sunday and I was going to do a 2-minute loft tour in front of this video before I get started on today's items, but it wouldn't be fair on the items that I'm reviewing today, so I figured that I would put the loft tour in a separate video, so you can expect that either later today or in a couple of days time after this video. Well, yes, it's Sunday and this is Video Games and Consoles from the Loft. Well, today is part 5 and yes, we're already halfway through season 2 of Video Games and Consoles from the Loft, and today we're going to be reviewing those 2 items I promised you from last week's part 4, the Grandstand Firefox F-7 and Namco's Pac-Land. And today we're going to kick off with Grandstand's Firefox F-7. Well, here we are again with another item from Grandstand, and we need to head back to Season 2, Part 2 to look for that Grandstand info. So let's head there now. Well, behind the branded name of Grandstand lies the Adam Leisure Group, and they imported many electronic products like this game from around the world from many different manufacturers such as Tomy, Entex and Epoch, and then stuck the branded name of Grandstand on the top. And Grandstand released this game in 1983, which was licensed to them from Epoch in Japan. Grandstand also managed to license the item out to Tandy in America. And with all these different companies releasing the same game, the name of the game was also changed from Astro Thunder to Astro Thunder 7 to Galaga X6 to Firefox F7. Well, they're all the same game, just with a different name, so let's take a closer look. Well, I must just say that Grandstand did an exceptional job in advertising this game. It looks extremely good in the box, and also they advertise the fact that it's an exciting space action game with 3D effect and twin speaker sound, which is most important because the speakers on this game work extremely well and some of the best that I've ever seen. Inside the box I've got the Firefox instruction manual, I've got a power adapter advertisement, we've got the warranty card, we've got Duracell's recommendation to use their batteries with Grandstand electronic games, and the special notice sound effects card to go with the speakers, but we'll get to that a little later. So here's the game itself, looks really nice and nice colour, silver and black together, looks really good. Underneath you've got the battery compartment, and you'll need to fit 4 of those large C batteries, but not to worry, once again you can use the adapter, the power adapter on the right hand side there, obviously if you don't want to use the batteries. And here's the main console panel itself, nice big screen, and we'll have a look at that during some gameplay. The top left there, we've got the sound speaker left and right on and off, and the same on the other side. One speaker will give the sound effects and the other will give the music. You've got the power switch on and off, select and start buttons to select different modes of gameplay, and you've got your arcade style stick there, which is extremely good, and your large fire arcade style button. Let's look at some gameplay. Well, I don't know about you, but that reminds me of the Thunderbirds. Anyway, the game's starting up now, and on the top right and top left sides of the screen, those will be your score indicators. On the right hand side, just loading there, that is your energy storage tank, and just above there are your energy storage tanks indicating whether you're full or empty. Also on the left hand side of the screen you've got your scoreboard indicator down in the left hand corner there, and then just above there is your high or low spaceship speed indicator. You'll have to battle your way through 5 accelerating phases of combat and hopefully reach phase 6, and if you do, then you have the opportunity to blow up the enemy base at the very end, and it's a really addictive game and one of the best tabletop games that I've ever played. Well, I must just say that this tabletop game kind of stands out from the rest for me, with the twin speakers and the great gameplay which gives you that great 3D effect. It also kind of reminds me of Luke Skywalker hurtling towards the target to blow the Death Star up into many pieces from Star Wars, and I just think it's a very good game. Well, from one retro tabletop game to a retro handheld, let's check out this one, and this is Namco's Pac-Land. Well, Namco were founded in around 1955 and have since become one of the most recognised video game publishers of all time, and they merged with Bandai during 2005. Now, Namco aren't so much recognised for releasing video games on everyday consoles throughout the 80s, 90s and even today, but it's their arcade games which have stood the test of time and grabbed everyone's attention, especially their Pac-Man game. Well, from one Pac-Man game to another, this is Namco's Pac-Land, so let's take a closer look. Well, Namco designed two different types of packaging for this game, one for Pac-Land just plainly, and the other as like a default packaging so it could advertise other games as well. These aren't all the games that they did, but just some of them, from Dragon Spirit to Final Lap, Galaga 2000, Pac-Land and Splatterhouse, and obviously just to get across the other types of games that they did. Also, the instruction manual advertises all the other instructions for all the different games as well, and also just tells you how to use the handheld in general, and here it is, which is nice and colourful and is really clean and crisp. You've got your speakers on the back there, and in the battery compartment you need to fit two AA batteries, but these will last you a long time as compared to the Nintendo Game & Watch batteries, which use those LR44 batteries. When you've got your cursors there, left, right, up and down, you've got your nice big screen, and you also have a sound on and off button, a mode button for demo and gameplay, and a catch and jump button, and an ACL button to reset the score. Let's look at some gameplay. Well, the object of Pac-Land is almost kind of the same as Pac-Man, but with a few twists. You control the Pac-Man, and you have to go out and rescue the Pac-Girl and move across 5 different levels of difficulty. At the end of each level, you'll rescue the Pac-Girl and then move to the next level. You can score points by eating cherries and power food, and once you've eaten the power food, you can then eat the monsters as well, and depending on how many you get during that time, you can add up to more points. You also have to look out for the little demon who will take lives from you, but if you find a fairy, she will grant you lives back. And as you progress through the game, it gets more tricky and more difficult, but I'm not very good during the first few levels, but it's an extremely good game and a good one from Namco. Well, I think Namco did an extremely good job in making these handhelds during the 80s. Obviously, there isn't just the Pac-Land game, but there is a few others as well as listed on the back of the box. But they're extremely eye-catching and they look nice and colourful and really appealing to the gamer. Apart from the sound, which is rather annoying, obviously you can turn it off on the mute button here, the gameplay is extremely good and is on sort of a level par with the Nintendo Game & Watch series. Well, I really hope you've enjoyed this item today, and I really hope you've enjoyed both, to be honest. And if you like to own either of the items today, then for the Firefox F-7 you shouldn't be looking at anything more than £20 to £30, obviously whether or not it's in a box. And for the Pac-Land game, anything from £5 to £10 to £15, and the same in US dollars, and that goes for both of them. You know, both in US dollars, I'd say they're on about the same equivalent price as the pound. Well, I really hope you've enjoyed this Sunday specials, and I'll have 2 more items to show you next Sunday, and I hope you'll look forward to that. Well, enjoy the rest of your weekend, have a great week, and thanks again for watching.